just a good old boy.
Hey y'all, ignore my mess. My life has just been turned upside down and thrown out, and then I'm trying to put everything back in the can lately. We have sold the farm. We've sold the home farm. We've bought another piece of property and we're building everything back. It has just gotten so hard around here to farm anymore with all these subdivisions and everything they're building. There's no farmland left. We're just trying to get out of here so we can continue doing what we do. And I am keeping all the farmland I have because I'm not going far enough to leave it. And then I want to keep a place of operation open that I've got now to do my hay business out of, because I've got all my hay customers and everything here, and I want to keep that. So we're moving about an hour from here, which means I'm already quite a ways from cane equipment, and that's going to put me well over 2 hours from them. So as much I thank the world of them, and they've been so good to me over the years, but we have had to move on, or well, not move on. I mean, I'm planning on going back and doing more business with them here and there, some just to visit, but I'm not going to be able to use them regularly much anymore because of just the distance. It's going to be hard just to run over there and get a filter, you know what I mean? So we have went to working with a new dealer, Jasper Tractor. They have been really good to me so far. Their service department is great. It's in Jasper, Georgia, and that's where I got these bushings. I'm working on the 1840 stuffer fork, I guess you could say that's what it'd be called, that feeds the bale chamber. This is the one that's got the big 4 forks in the center of the chamber that pulls everything up in there. These bushings are wore because I think one of the grease holes got plugged or something, and it wouldn't allow grease to come out of these bushings, so they wore early. I mean, it's got a lot of hay through it, but and it may just be due for them. I mean, we've baled a lot of hay with this baler, so, and it's just probably just time. But these bushings have to be, or wear parts, and they have to be replaced, and they look like this, and they just go in the end. I just took one out so I'd have a good reference, because I ain't never done this before to tell y'all how to do this, or right or wrong, I don't know. But I cannot get these things to bead out. At least I didn't have that luck with the other end. I'm gonna try it on this one. They've got a grease seal that goes in there. Where did the one I just had go? That was a lot cleaner. Oh well, I don't know where it went. I ain't gonna waste y'all's time. Here's one of them. This one's bad. It probably allowed debris to get in the end of this tube to plug up the grease fitting hole out of the shaft. There's a shaft that greases this. There's a little hole on the side of the baler that's round, and you stick the thing through there and you grease it through it, and it comes through here and it squirts out of the shaft into these bushings. And evidently the one on the end must be stopped up, or we just wasn't putting enough grease, because there ain't nothing in that thing. The other end of it and all the way up to this is got plenty of grease, but right there in that one bushing has none. I don't know what the deal is, but we got to figure that out while we're doing this. Been a while since I made any videos, but that's why. It's because we've been dealing with selling our farm and trying to find a new place. We're building, where we're moving it's just a blank sheet of paper, blank just land. We're building houses, barns, everything. So I'm dealing with all that and trying to go back and forth and bale hay too. And it will not stop raining this year here in North Georgia, and it has just been awful this year. And it just is what it is. It's one of them years. A lot of mulch hay this year, or straw, whatever you're gonna call the stuff. So yeah, we're trying to get these out. The 4710, a little update on it right quick. I know when we left off the videos on that, so a lot of people's emailed me wanting to know whatever come of that with that tractor, if it was giving more trouble. Short answer is no, it did, but we got it fixed, and it's been like a year and a half, and it hasn't given any problems since. Knock on wood. But that tractor, we got it back that fall, if I'm not mistaken. I fed cows with it, just toting round rolls for short periods of time, all winter long, didn't have any issues. Got it out of that spring, hooked it up hay mower, and then it started running warm again in the transmission. I started picking up on it, and I think the light may have came on one time and I shut it down. I immediately loaded it up and I took it to the new dealer we're using, Jasper Tractor. They checked the tractor out, they kept it for a few days and went over the whole tractor, and they finally found the loader block. This is what caused all these issues. It was not a manufacturing problem, it was not faulty parts, it was not all the above things that we thought it had caused it. And along the way, the loader block on that tractor had something go through it, I don't know what, and it caused an obstruction, one of the valves in it to hang open or restrict it. I guess it was restricted, and it was causing, it would go in cool and then come out excessively hot, and as you ran that throughout the day, it would cause it to get hot, and that was what was causing our transmission issues. Was that we put a new loader block on it. They did. I didn't do it, the dealer did it, and it has been great ever since. Their service department has been really good so far for me, and I can't brag on them enough. I'm not sponsored by them or nothing, but I always like to give people shout outs where I think credit's due. And they've done a good job for us so far, and I think they'll be a good dealer for us now that we're moving and everything. Is going to be a good dealer for me. I hope that they're as good as Canes, or maybe or as good as they were for us anyway. And so we'll see how things go there. They've got me something coming to demo that I've been wanting to demo for a very long time, and they just called me like I think it was yesterday and asked me if I wanted to demo it. They had one available to demo, and I said sure, I'll try it out. And so I'm gonna try to take y'all along for that ride, but I'll keep that secret. Y'all just have to stay tuned to see what that one's gonna be. But right now we got to get this thing back going again. I've had a lot of hay through this Baler. This thing has been extremely good to me, and I cannot talk bad about it. These are wear parts. These are bushings. These things wear. I mean, it's just part of owning a Baler and getting a lot of hay through it. I mean, eventually you got to replace stuff like this. But here's the grease slot that it's supposed to have, and it's almost like a polished brass or a soft metal, and then it's got like a hard composite or something on the inside. I don't know exactly what it's made out of, but I mean, they've lasted a really long time, and considering how dry that thing is, I'm surprised it's not worse than it was. But we're gonna see if we can't get this out. The last one I couldn't drive out, so I don't know. I'm gonna try this, and then if not, I'll have to take it out the same way I did the other one. It's not ideal to take it out the way I did it, but I can't get it out any other way, and there's no way to get anything in there to punch that out. So and you can't get a punch. It's so long. I can't get, at least I don't have any punches that long, because I'd need one like 2 foot long or 3 to get in here to drive this out. And I just don't know if this is gonna work again, because that material's just so soft. The problem is I try to drive it out with the pipe, even though it's not messing the end of the pipe up. The material's actually just breaking off, because it's meant to be a bushing, and it won't let me drive it out. So I don't know if they have a special tool or what they use, but what I did, what I've got, is I simply just took a good old chisel, small one. I tried to get it up on the edge here. Probably gonna have to use my Dremel a little bit to smooth some of these edges up, unfortunately. I try to get it started peeling up. And then once I do, I take that out, because that's what'll mess up your tube. And then I take just a plain like set punch that's pointed, something that's not going to dig in, and I'll stick it in here. Vice grips. Clamp down on that. And this thing has, let me show you why I'm doing this. It's soft enough it'll peel up, but it's got a slit like that in there, and it'll, as I beat it in, it's popping that up, and once I've bend that up and out of the way where it can collapse, it just pulls right out. So that's what I've done on the other side, and it worked. That dang thing is annoying. Yeah, the shop's just a mess because we've got in the process of moving everything, and it's just so hectic. Building me a new one. This one I'm moving, but it's just going to be a garage for me and my wife to park our cars in. This building here is only a 24 by 36 carport building. I've always used it for my shop. I'm building a new shop that's a 40 by 60. We're going to put the farm office in it too. But I'll show you all that. Tell you who we used throughout the process to build them. We're not far from Alabama where we're moving. Almost close enough. They can hear me hollering for the bulldogs. Alright, I think we're all the way. See if I can get that tied back enough. May have to dig down. Split this thing to where I get to it from the other side. So, get this thing in here. I really have missed making videos. It's just I haven't had time. There's all the crap going on. And we've kind of got to where I can get back to normalcy a little ways for now until they get things ready for me to start moving majority of the stuff. And then it's going to get hectic again, but I'm hoping the next phase of hectic is going to hit when I get done with first cut. And I got just a couple weeks or something there in between cuttings that I can do when we work on our equipment, but I don't think that's I'm not going to get to work on stuff like I usually do, unfortunately. This year gonna be a wait till it tears up here, unfortunately for me. Oh, which ain't ideal. I don't like doing that. Y'all know, if y'all watched me before, y'all know I'm real anal. I like to make sure my crap's in order before I ever get to the field. Go over everything. And it's come out. See, that's once you get it peeled up, pop right out. I reckon it must be pressed in there, which that ain't no issue. Good, I didn't scar up nothing really. But there's a lip in there that it backs up to. I don't know if y'all can see there or not, but it goes right up to it, and then that grease seal goes on the outside. They got that done. I really need to clean the inside of that before I put all that back together. The poor spar baler, it's in a bunch of pieces. It takes a lot to get this out. Man, it is humid today. I was thinking about cutting hay today, but it started to rain. It's not supposed to rain after today for a little while. First time really all year that we've got a good window, but it may probably be like it is every time I've cut hay so far. I'll cut it and then next I'll go home at night and then they'll say, oh, it's raining every day now. Sometimes I'd just like to shake the living crap out of a weatherman. They just don't seem to care anymore, especially where I'm at, because all these people that live around here, concrete village I call it now, they could care less if it rains or sunshine or whatever. Only time they care if it's raining is on the weekends when they're wanting to go ride their boats or camping or have their pool parties and everything else, and walk around in everybody's yards and their neighborhoods and bitch about their neighbor. Oh Lord. So it's got that done. I wonder. So, I need to go look at that shaft and see if there's a certain way these things have got to line up. So I wouldn't think so. I guess that is a grease hole, because there ain't one on one side of that. And it wouldn't make sense if it was, because it should come from the outside. Not worry about that. I don't know why that hole's there. Probably drive it out. I don't know if I could ever drive that in with a hammer or not. Seals, I gotta go get from Jackson Tractor. Put all that back together. Oh, well, somebody's calling. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to press this or if I can drive it in. I'm gonna try driving it with that dead blow hammer. I was gonna use my brace and seal driver set, but I hadn't got one that matches the same size as that thing. I got a whole set of them, but none of them even close to be in this size. So they're either too small or too big. So we're gonna try it this way. See how it starts. If it goes easy, I'll just tap it in with this. I don't think it's going to. Nope. So we're going to press it. I'll have to press this in. Great. I gotta get over there. I want to reset the whole press. This thing's so long. Push these in. Let me go set all that up. Alright, so what I've done is I got it in the press now, and here's the bushing. And I used one of my bearing race sets pieces. I flipped it upside down to the smooth side. I've got another one that'll fit inside this lip side, and then I can get it to where its home position is. But for right now, I'm going to use the wider one for this. I'm just going to press these in. It's knocked out. close that. And I'm gonna change this out with the smaller one, and this one will fit down into the tube. I can still get it out. Just need to pull that back center where it finished it. We should be able to carry it to its home position with this one. There it goes. Without sticking that piece in there. Okay. There we go. And it's back in its home spot. Now I just got to put the seal in. That's how you get the bushing in there. And we're going to go out to Baler. I'm going to show you something right quick on it. Alright, so here's the Baler. It looks way different than it normally does, but that's because we got everything off. So you got to take your guards off your forks. You got to unbolt your forks from that piece I'm working on. And then you have to take this whole side off, which is your pump and that sprocket there. And then these shields and all come off. That will set off. This is the other spindle, the arm that takes it. You just loosen that bolt up and pull it out, and this whole side will come off, and you don't have to take that bearing out. And everything just pulls right off. There's a keyway right here, and then on this side, all you got to do is take your tins off, your guards and everything, get access in here, pull both chains off, your daughter chain and your drive chain, and then loosen up these bolts. I just loosened the top three, the bottom one I didn't have to, and that gave me enough play where I could just pull that whole unit straight off this shaft. This is a shaft that probably has the stopped up grease cert. I'm not going to go through how to do all that and take it all off, but that's basically the gist of how you need to do it. Is just start by taking all your metal off, your sheet metal, get it off, then unbolt your pump, take the chain off of it, take it and get it out of the way, and then to unbolt these bolts around this guard and unbolt this that one big bolt on this arm, because there's a slot like a PTO shaft pin that keeps that thing from sliding out if you don't take this off. Once you do that, you just take you some pry bars and pull it apart, and it'll come right apart. And you take that whole unit off, and then it will expose this whole side so you can get to everything over here to pull everything else off. So that's how basically the gist of it. I gotta go get the new grease seals, and then I'll have to put them on the end. But that covers basically the basics of what I'm doing and what I'm having to repair. And what went wrong, it's just wear. I mean, that Baler's got, I don't know, it's well over 100,000 bales. I don't even know. It's I'm not gonna say, I mean, it's pushing for sure, because I don't have a full dead on count on it. But those bushings are a wear part. They do wear out. It's not a frequent wear thing. It's probably once in its lifetime wear. That Baler there, time those are probably wore out to replace again, I'll probably trade it. Honestly, it's gonna have so much hay through it, then we'll just trade. I don't know, I may buy, they don't change the stroke count on the 42 S's that they've got. I may just buy a 40 again. It's just not, I mean, you're paying, I love the pickup and I love the design and everything they did on that Baler. They did a really good job on it, and I've watched it bale in the field and everything at the farm show and whatnot. But my biggest thing with it is that the strokes are just not, the plunger speed isn't enough for the stroke amount of strokes per minute. It needs to be faster to handle the extra volume of hay coming in my opinion. They're just a little bit rough on the flake look, but they do a good job baling. It's just the bales just don't look as pretty, and if you slow down enough to make them look pretty, then you're not running any faster than a 40. So why spend all that extra money on a 42? But that's just my opinion. I guess if you want to go faster, you can with one if you need to sometimes, but I don't know. That's the one critique I have on that Baler. I love they made all the tins openable so you can access them and everything, but it just needs a little bit faster strokes per minute on the plunger to get it to the par I think it needs to be at. But they'll get it worked out. It ain't been out but a year, so they'll get all that figured out and everything. But thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned. We got another demo coming, and hopefully give me a good idea of what I need in the future, and how much I can get by with and not get by with is what I'm hoping it's going to tell me. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.